What's up, people of YouTube? This is BMX Brandon 2 here once again. This video is a video review type thing. It's a review slash overview of OS 10.10 Yosemite. Now, of course, I'm a Mac user, so of course I am updated to all this stuff. Now, 10.10 is the recent update to OS 10. To the OS 10 lineup. Of course, this is on a partition. I am on a MacBook Pro. This is the older model, so this will probably be a little bit different if you're on the newer models. It will be probably more zippier and just all in all a little bit better, but on here it works just fine. But anyway, this is kind of just a review slash overview. Now, if you're familiar with OS, Mavericks, or any other versions of OS 10, you'll probably know what I'm talking about when I talk about the the key functions of Mac. But anyway, if you can tell, the main differences between Yosemite and the past updates is they updated a ton of stuff. If you can see, the icons have a whole new UI. The whole UI of Mac is pretty much all different. I'm not a big fan of it, but there are certain portions that I do admire of OS 10.10 Yosemite. Let's start off with the basic features. Now, notifications. If you slide two fingers on the trackpad, you will be prompted to this. Of course, here's notifications. It looks very similar to iOS. Now, the thing I do like about Yosemite is it's starting to match iOS, basically 8 and 7, because Apple's changed the UI on iOS. And the thing I like is just it's starting to affect their computers as well. They're just starting to change kind of just everything in general, and it's starting just to look more updated, more just modern, and that's something I do like, but some of it I don't like. Now I'll go into that in this video, but you can see notifications looks very similar to iOS, which is nice. We have our stocks, we can also edit our notifications to see what we want to see. Like, for example, if I hit notifications, or even today, like if I do this, edit, it will let me edit the simple, now it's not, but sometimes it will when it wants to, let you, oh, here we go, edit basically basic functions of notifications. Like if I want to add calculator, it will give me a calculator that is prompt right here, which is really nice. I like having it conveniently right there. That is just excellent. So that's pretty much all there is to say about notifications. So that's notifications, of course. Let's talk about apps. Now, apps are a little bit different. Some of them are, some of them are not. Let's go to Safari. That's, of course, another thing that's changed, but we have some of the basic functions of Yosemite. Now, this is a function which I'll go into detail later, iPhone to Mac. That is basically called Handoff. Now, what it is, basically, you can make a phone call on your iOS device, such as an iPhone, and it will ring on your computer, so you can make phone calls on your computer. That is really useful if you own an iPhone, and I really admire that feature. It's just excellent. I love it. Here's Handoff, by the way. Also, with the iPhone, you can send SMSs on your computer, which is excellent if you're an iPhone user, because all your SMSs will sync with your computer and other iOS devices that are running iOS 8. That is just excellent. I really love that feature. It is just amazing. Let's go to our next portion of this. Handoff, mail. Now, I don't have mail, my email linked to this, because it's a partition. So I don't have that, but this kind of demonstrates what you can do in email. you can edit certain functions in email, which is kind of nice. If you send a picture, you can edit it. That's really cool. Let's go to the next one, shall we? Of course, full screening is a little bit different. We hit not that. We hit this, and we can full screen our desktop, which is kind of, or our window that we're in, which is kind of cool. Cloud Drive, which functions very similar to Google Drive, just drag and drop. That's kind of cool. Photo sharing, if you own an iOS device, you can basically photo share your photos or whatnot, I believe. And of course, different, functionality of Yosemite. Notification Center, we just went over. Spotlight has changed, which I do admire the new Spotlight. Let's get out of here. Let's see. Just like that. Spotify, I believe. Spotlight, sorry. Spotlight is very simple. We just type in the name of what we're looking for. Like, for example, if we want Skype, it will give us, Skype. It will give us the exact location of Skype and open up our Skype, which is really nice. I do love the new Spotlight. That is just excellent. Let's go into some apps. Like, for example, iTunes has changed. Pretty massively, I should say. It's called iTunes 12. Of course, I'm not a big fan of it, but I don't know. It's very edgy, like my opinion with iTunes 12. I personally don't like it, but I do kind of have to get used to it. I will say that. So it's a little bit different, but still, I guess it's your own personal opinion what you think of it. Post down in the comments below on what your opinions are of OS 10.10 Yosemite. I'd be more than happy to respond to them. Let's go into FaceTime. Now you'll see me. I'm in the dark right now. Of course, we can, like for example, Logan. We can FaceTime him if we want to by just doing that. And audio, of course, functions the same way. Like if we want to FaceTime audio Logan, we can just do that simply right there, which that has been FaceTime and iMessage have been a part of, I believe, Mac since OS 10.8 Mountain Lion, which is kind of good at the same time, but still it's nice to sync with your iOS devices. That's really cool. iMessage, I cannot talk right now, which relates very similar to FaceTime with iOS, is excellent. Like, for example, let's text Logan. This is another test of iMessage since I cannot type right now. Since my first video was and the reason it was a fail is because this is my second take of this video because for some reason it wasn't recording the audio. So this is the second take of the video. So here's iMessage, very similar to iOS, which I do admire. I like how they're starting to adapt to the new UI of iOS. So I do admire that. It does look really pretty nice. I'm starting to get the hang of it. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it. There are little things that annoy me, but I'm getting used to it. Reminders, pretty much the same. I will say I don't really use reminders, so it's not really a big thing for me. Like, for example, just it's good at the same time, but not something I use on a daily basis. Notes is very similar. Notes is basically like on the iPad. Like, for example, this is a quick test. So nice. That's pretty nice. I mean, they're starting to like update their look, which I guess is okay at the same time, but still, little things kind of like, get on me about Yosemite. I'm kind of starting to get used to it at the same time. Let's force quit some of the stuff we have opened here because I'm very like organized and OCD with this kind of stuff. Skype, no. QuickTime, no. Force quit. It's a nice function of Mac, I will admit. Force quit. There we go. Let's go into Launchpad. Launchpad has a somewhat different UI. Of course, we have the nice folders that kind of match iOS look, which I do admire a lot. It does just look very nice that they're starting to kind of update everything. It just looks good. I will say that at least they take advantage of the real estate. On the iPad, on iOS 7 and 8, they do not, which on here they do. It just looks so much better, I will say. Settings, system preferences hasn't really changed a lot. This isn't like a deep, in-depth review of Windows, of Yosemite. It's kind of just an opinion error on it. Just my quick opinions. Calendar, let's see what that looks like. Pretty, average. Let's close that because I don't want that open. Quit. So yeah, that's kind of just a basic overview. Safari, for example. This is Safari. It's pretty similar to iOS Safari, just a little bit. I'm not a big fan of it, but it's okay. The thing I love about it is the speed. The speed is just amazingly fast. Like, for example, my channel, like if I go to another tab here, like for example, CTV News. CTV News dot ca. Very, very zippy, just amazingly fast. That's something I just love. Of course, we can zoom in. Like, for example, we can zoom in on this picture here, which is really cool. Zoom in on other nice things, I guess. All the other good things, which is really nice, I will admit. I like it. Also, with the gesture on the keypad, we can go to our recent tabs we have open. Like, for example, we have Spotify opened, which is really nice, I will admit. It just has a nice, like, kind of little functionality here. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of it, but like I just love the fastness and the zippiness of everything. It's just really nice, I will say. Of course, I am a big fan of Mavericks. Mavericks is excellent, and I am going to keep it on my machine until I decide to update, but still, I highly recommend this update if you're new to Mac and you just want to start fresh with a new design. I highly recommend it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this video. I know it's not a full like review of it, but it's kind of just an opinion error, like I said. Of course, we can respond to our notifications on the side, which is excellent. Yep, I cannot type. Whatever. I can't type right now for some reason. Yes, I messed up. So yeah, for some reason I cannot type. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching this video. Please leave a comment down below if you ever so happen to have one.